What is up, my peoples? It's P to the J coming at y'all now with another video from Criminal Minded Reactions, man. And yeah, we got a little bit more Diddy news, man. It's a little Diddy update, man. Little Diddy, no Diddy. I don't even, whatever, man. There's a couple of points I wanted to touch in this little combo that's been having, so I want to holler at y'all about it, man. Hey, man, I don't want to be that guy, but hey, if y'all can hit that like and subscribe button for me, man, it helps the channel out so much, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And it's free. It helps your boy out, man. Let's get into this video, man. Let's roll.
We're going to be discussing Diddy right now. So there have been some updates. You guys know we've been on the Diddy trail.
Definitely been on it.
The last time we talked about this, Diddy was on suicide watch. There was a lot happening. Now Diddy is no longer on suicide watch. Fox News is reporting that they received a statement that is over and that he actually has been able to visit some family. We do not know which family members that is that have been able to visit him. I did reach out and ask the question of who has been able to visit him. How long was the visit? Was it through the glass? Were they able to actually talk, hug, all of that stuff? But I have not received a response back. So once we get that, we'll be updating you guys. But I thought that was a big development. And
that was the suicide watch thing was just protocol.
It was protocol, but you know.
All right, I want to touch on the family visiting thing because a couple of people around the internet feel some type of way of his family supporting him. As a person who has been on the wrong side, I've injured a person through reckless acts. You don't ever fault the person who, don't ever fault the family. The family didn't ask for this. The family just being supportive. I got an uncle, man. He got a natural life. Not gonna go too deep into the situation. I mean, it wasn't no situation between children or elderly. But it was a circumstance where he's admitting that he's not admitting, he's saying that he's innocent. So it's a weird circumstances, and my family still being supportive. You can't fault the people for family. You don't choose who you related to. You don't choose what family you come into, but you try to be supportive. Not saying that makes it right or wrong, but don't get at him. Just put all your anguish. If you're mad at Diddy, put it all on Diddy. Pause. But put it all on Diddy though, for real though. It ain't got nothing to do with his family. Don't knock his family for supporting him though. That ain't cool, y'all. Like, for real.
I think that there are, you know, in order to get off of it, there are, I'm sure, checks that they do to make sure you're straight. And they also issued out some statements his attorney did, and his attorney is getting dragged online, by the way. There were some statements that his attorney issued basically saying, you know, Diddy is in good spirits. He's going to fight his case. If he is offered a plea, he is not going to take the plea because he wants to fight until the end. He feels like he's doing that for people who are also going to be fighting, I guess, different legal issues or whatever. So he's in good spirits and all as well. He's been able to see his family. And I know that at one point they had had some conversations about if Diddy's side of the court wanted a venue change for like Diddy to be in a different jail, whatever, and they said no, he's fine where he's at. And I think that's because he's able to see his family and stuff here in New York.
I said, when are other people going to start getting picked up? Because this is a racketeering case, right? I've never seen a racketeering case for just one person.
We got to get some other names. There were reports over the weekend too that remember we talked about that video that the sex worker submitted in some other different videos that were, I guess,
like I said, I've been saying before, them people on that video, first I didn't even know they was being recorded, but as long as they not committing their weird things or whatever they were doing with a person unconsenting or children, or like they knew whatever they was doing with was a quote unquote S worker, they can't really say nothing. They can't publicize that stuff. That'd be a lawsuit. They can't make them people say them names if they weren't doing nothing illegal. If everything was legal on them dirty tapes, other than them doing a little freaky stuff, legally, the FBI cannot just say, here, they did that, that'd be thrown, that'd be, what they call it, not indecent exposure. It's a word for that, though. It wouldn't be right, though. They'd be tarnishing people's images, and that stuff they did in private that wasn't illegal, shall I say. So it's probably why we ain't hearing no names.
Coming out. There were reports that there were some high-profile celebrity individual or a celebrity individual in one of those videos, but they haven't dropped any names.
Yeah, it's just weird that they would do a racketeering case and nobody else has been picked up.
And that is
well,
weird.
We had that conversation.
Too.
People are arguing. Weird. There are still people out here wholeheartedly arguing that Diddy is just being targeted. That the prosecution has nothing, but we don't know until it makes it to court and all the discovery is done and all that stuff. So that's when I guess that we'll get some.
Maybe they have names. Maybe they're trying to get Diddy to speak on other people. We don't know.
Are they trying to see who's gonna start scrambling.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No, for real, because like you pick Diddy up, and then all of these names start flying around, and then people start sending text messages, inquiring, not realizing that their phones is tapped.
Honestly, the prosecution, they need stuff like that because Diddy's saying, I'm standing 10 toes down, I'm going to fight. But if you can get people close to him that can corroborate certain things, that can provide evidence, that's how they win the case. So maybe they trying to do a shakedown. Who knows? We don't know until it makes it to court.
Right.
Now, at the same time that all of this is happening, there was another woman, a Jane Doe, who filed another lawsuit, a civil suit, on Friday. Now, in this civil suit, this woman alleged that she was repeatedly assaulted over a 4-year period. She says that she ended up pregnant in the midst of all of this, but suffered a miscarriage. So for background, she said that she met Diddy in 2020 overseas and then later was invited to an all-expense paid trip, which kind of started the relationship that they had. She says that she started seeing him once per month from 2021 to 2022. She would fly to his homes in LA, Miami, and New York. She says that actually she didn't go to these homes because she just wanted to be there, that she was actually forced by Combs and his staff via coercive and harassing language. It doesn't specify what that language is. She says in April 2022, during one of the meetings, this is like one of the meetups, I guess, at one of the homes or whatever, one of her drinks was actually spiked and she was forced to have sex. She says in July of 2022, she was forced to take ketamine and other drugs. She blacked out. She was in and out of consciousness, and then she took a pregnancy test after this, and that's when she found out she was pregnant. What? She also alleges that, again, in 2022, she left Diddy's house in Miami, and there were purple bruises and a bite mark on her foot.
What?
On her feet, and she had no idea of where they came from. And she specifies that after she found out that she was pregnant, Combs and his team and various other people harassed her to get an abortion, but she ended up suffering a miscarriage anyway. After she lost the baby, she attempted to get space from Diddy and not speak to him for about like 3 months. She said this lasted, but she says Combs' constant harassment via calls and texts and even somehow finding a way to monitor her location soon resumed in late 2022 and continued through July 2024. She says,
okay, I'm trying to say this in the most respectful way. I love women. I believe in their rights. I just never, on the outside looking in, understand the circumstances of. Now, if this was just all one incident, no words from me. But to continue to do this constantly for a year or so, whatever, that's just always baffles me. It's like, why do that? Like, he's taking you to different states, different countries, all this stuff. You keep coming back, so you don't leave. Like, to me, this is outside looking in. It don't seem like the Cassie situation to me. This seemed like one of his just little flimsy, like, all right, he picked up the phone call and it's time to go. Why do you keep going back? Not trying to be funny, no disrespect to you, whatever. You may not see this video, whatever. I never get that. Why keep going back? Why keep, and then, you know, now you're picking now to talk about it, so you wouldn't have said it if it kept going or what, you know, I don't know. Just I try to be as fair as possible. They're not defending him at all, but just those are just all makes my head scratches. If it's one incident, boom, 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 okay, yeah, you get all the respect in the world, but just keep for over a year. It's 365 days, so over a year you've been doing this and just been like, I don't know.
Every time they met up, she was required to perform a show, and that show consumed, and during that show she would have to consume alcohol and other substances. She feared for her safety, she's alleging, and she said that she's seen look,
y'all can't see it because I can't put the whole thing on that channel, but it says, one of the comments under this video says, can someone force you to fly out to them once a month, all expenses paid? Like, that's a valid question. Like I'm sorry, and I'm really trying to be as respectful as possible. I got a daughter. I'm, you know, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, it's kind of like boo-hoo to some extent. Oh no, man.
Slap and abuse other women. Now, she's saying because of this trauma, she suffered financial injury and physical injury, and she's seeking an unspecified amount in damages.
And you said that she lives overseas, right?
They met overseas. It doesn't specify where she actually lives, but she says that they met overseas, and in between that time, they begin to see each other at all of his homes here in the States. And she is a Jane Doe, so I don't know who the woman is that filed this to be able to answer that question.
I don't want to.
That sounds like the movie Blink Twice. Have you seen Blink Twice?
I haven't seen Blink
I
Twice.
don't know what
I
Blink Twice
I don't want to
is.
victim blame, but I was just curious.
Yes, you do.
No, not at all. But when somebody says they flew in every month, if the person was
Victim blame. I'm gonna
harassing
start
them
use
or
that
hurting
word
them
too.
or something every month, wouldn't they have stopped? I'm just asking. I don't know if that's in the document.
Well, there's
so
one
whatever.
point, and I did not. So this one is a little bit. I've been trying to get my hand on these documents because there's a lot of questions that I have, and we're going to actually get into that tomorrow because I'm gonna make sure I get these documents today. I've reached out to the attorney that filed them. I've done all of my due diligence to make sure that I get correct documents because what I have
She
right
is
now is
so
not full, so I don't want to
professional.
speak to what I don't know.
Okay.
But there are parts in the document that have also been reported where she says that she was threatened different things. So basically, she was afraid of his like power, and
Gotcha.
his influence.
You
So
said that, yep.
I don't know if that goes into it or not. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Well, thank you.
you're welcome.
Long
Dang, it's
Rosa.
over. This be going so fast. The Diddy stuff just be.
You're welcome.
All right, child. That's it. That's all it's all. They would ramble though about a couple other stuff. You know, doing that comedy thing on Breakfast Club. Of course, I'm gonna leave a link to the whole video down if y'all want to see them other parts that missed. I'm just gonna say, just reiterate, man. Don't knock the family of the defendant. They just being family, just like a lot of y'all would. Just I never understand that. Just leave the family out of this. All I say until proven guilty. And women, if you, it's hard. I know. I just don't understand women continues to go, especially. I don't want to say. If you married or whatever, that's a cool, whole different situation. I know that's a whole entrapment and you in the same roof. But if you in a different country and all that, that's just, I don't be understanding that. Keep coming back to somebody who you claiming is abusing you or whatever. I don't understand it. I wish the best for you, wish for healing, all that great stuff, man. Hey, man, if y'all made it this far in the video, man, bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all, man. Hit that like and subscribe, man. It's free, and it helps your boy out so much. Me and the family, man. I got kids to feed, man. I appreciate y'all, though, for real, though, man. Hit that like and subscribe. Later on, man. Peace!